Hi everyone again. This is going to be a very brief video. I want to do a follow-up video on the previous one was like, different ways of jogging more direct seeing so that it opens up some. And I want to give you some practical applications of how to look at things in order to get ideas so that you can sort of, with your vision, you can mine and extract ideas for your work. And by the way, this is what the journal is about too, is being able to extract things that really interest you and being able to apply it to something else. So you're like a little bit like a honeybee going in. So I'm going to share the screen and use some examples here. Now, and I'm going to go to the full screen. Here we go. I love Stephen Hill pottery. Now, normally I can just go, I know I just love his pottery just because I do, which is the normal way we go through. But I'm going to look at this and unpack why I like it. Well, things that usually that are made on the wheel, they're kind of flat on the bottom and then it goes kind of straight up, or they have pretty, they're very symmetrical and all that. But Stephen, the way he works on his pots and he really works them, is they look more fluid than that. They don't look like they've been made on a machine. They have a gesture. The spout just has this sort of, and the lines that come up the side are kind of fluid. He creates fluidity with his work. And then the way the handle flows off of the rim there is really lovely. It just sort of follows a flow. This whole thing has flow to it. So I can apply that to my work. For instance, I used to make you saw those grids I made in the last video for the Contemporary Craft Show. They were very rigid, like an oil rig. Well, I also made these grids very fluid, almost like threaded something like fiber, and it also looks a little bit like a map too. But anyway, I took the idea of fluidity and applied it to something else. This is Tara Donovan's work. Those are, yes, styrofoam cups from the store, and she glued them together to make these incredible cloud forms. So the idea here is repetition, taking one object and then putting it together, in this case, thousands of them, to make another object, more organic thing. She's actually very famous for taking tar paper on the roof and putting it together into a whole room that looks like a topographical landscape, a black topographical landscape that's stunning. But she does all this stuff. She takes man-made materials and turns them into geological things. But this whole idea of repetition of similar elements, I have an assignment like that for my advanced class. We're not going to do that for our class, but so I got an assignment out of it. Plus, I apply it to my own work. So this is called Untitled, like title. So it looks like an undersea thing, but it's a bunch of coil things that I put together in odd ways so that it looks like it is exploding out. So taking one form and putting a bunch of them together to make another form out of it. So I borrowed that idea, I extracted it from here, put it over to here. The Disney Concert Hall. Normally in normal architecture, you have parallel lines and perpendicular lines. You're gonna see a lot of his stuff. I'll show him in, coming up, you'll see more of his stuff. But parallel and perpendicular is pretty much out the window in his buildings. This is the Disney Concert Hall in downtown Los Angeles. You're welcome to go down there and walk along you can walk along the, up on those upper things, those walls. It goes like this on you. It feels like you're going to fall over. I mean, it's like walking around billowing sails, even though it's made out of titanium. It's really, right? But it's really quite amazing the way he alters your perception. Like that. Anyway, I took this idea of architecture, but taking away parallel and perpendicular, and applied it to a bunch of my things. So to make these sort of contemporary architectural forms, we will have a project on this. Again, taking something from something else, and applying it to something else. Now, you can do it with anything, and this ties in with our journal, totally. Here, I wanted to find something kind of disgusting, so I didn't have to look very long. I walked outside the studio at school and someone put some gum on the stair. It's really gross, I hate it, but let's look at it. So let's get over the gross factor. There's some contrasts here that are really interesting. There's shiny versus rough, or smooth versus rough. There's colorful versus not colorful. There's organic form. organic form versus really hard-edged forms. So there's 3 contests right there. Reflective, shiny, and not reflective, matte versus shiny. So I can apply all those principles from this one stupid little piece of gum that someone should have thrown away to an artwork. And here I've got rough and smooth, shiny, not shiny, matte, shiny, matte, colorful and not colorful. Rough versus smooth, shiny versus not shiny, some color versus not color. Okay, so you can see I'm taking these principles and applying to other things. Now, yes, and if you're seeing your daily life doesn't inspire you, which I hope at this point it does. What I did at one point when I was really, really burnt out is I took my kid was 7 at the time. I don't recommend this, but I did. This is 2002. I took him to Burning Man. It's an arts festival up in northern Nevada in the middle of nowhere. It's survival camping, but it's an art show that goes on for an entire week. And everything is over the top creative. There was so much going on there, so much of visual delight and smorgasbord of sights that it actually cured me of grad school and all the thinking and stuff. It was this total onslaught of delight. And there's so many cool things there. Even the buses and the bicycles, they don't leave anything alone. It's all artworks, and it's all in this environment. It's about 108 degrees. It's alkali, dry, cracked earth. Nothing grows there. It's like no life can live there. And it's survival camping. You're bringing your own water, etc. But this unbridled creativity out of this dead area is just stunning. And then at the end, there's no permanence to any of this stuff. They burn it up. And it's as if, amazing, it's like Mad Max. And at the end, it's as if nothing ever existed there. Oh, there's my stuff. That's on my page, so you don't need it there. That's it. So I hope that shows you how to get ideas from things, and also putting yourself in other situations that can kind of wake you up a little bit and enliven you. You get ideas that way. But again, with the journal and what we do in here is you look at things and you can copy it, sure, but why not, even better, see what it is, unpack what it is that you like about it, and apply it to something else. Then you come up with something that's totally you and for you, driven by your own interest. And that's all I got to say. So thanks for watching. I hope this helps you.